There was no better way to be able to go through building a high performing team other than bringing in a territory titan in the DFW area. Steve, welcome. How are you?
There's party tight. I am great, Chad. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. Yeah, territory titan. You walk into Dallas and there's nobody that doesn't know you guys exist. Whether it's the stadiums that are out there, the massive projects that are happening, Capo's name is behind almost all of it. And I would love to be able to unpack how you've built a team that's able to accomplish something in such a fast growing, massive metro.
Yeah, you're very kind. Thank you for saying that. There's a lot of great contractors in this marketplace. Keith Post, Jane Williams, and myself started the company back in 2003, and we have been so blessed to have the success we've had. There's over 445 employees in the commercial division right now, and we've just been so fortunate along the way. And it is team. You hit the nail on the head. It's always about team.
So I love that. So today isn't about the tactics or the war stories. I want it to be more about how to build teams where the owner isn't having to press every button or the owner isn't the bottleneck. Because so many times when I'm talking to contractors, they're trying to not take themselves out of the business, but they're trying to figure out how do I empower my employees to be able to make the right decisions. And sometimes that's so hard because it's like, what I think is right could be different than what you think is right. So, okay, which button do we push? So you've built multiple ventures across the DFW and I'll say the US. When you talk about National Women in Roofing, you talk about NRP, just like the initiatives that you've been a part of. How is it that you built KPost? What is the structure? What is I don't want to say secret sauce, right? But like, how did you even start to build $100 million company?
Thanks for that. Let's make sure that we give Heidi Ellsworth and her team the real credit. Trent Cotney and I were the two lonely males who were involved in National Wind Roofing to get started. And we were there about 4 months and said, ladies, you have it. Let us know what's going on. But big supporters. I think you've got to start in the very beginning. I read a book when I was a kid growing up, and it was from Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I think that it always resonates with me that no matter what you're doing, if you're starting a company or a project or you're involved in something involved in the associations or even in life, where do you want to end up? And so you have to begin with the end in mind. And that's one of the 7 habits. And the second habit that I follow is seek to understand and then be understood. So if you begin with the end in mind and then you seek to understand along the journey, it can come across really well. And I think the third thing is decide what kind of business you want to have. Do you want to be a dictator type management that you want to push everything down? Do you want to be a small company, a medium sized company, a large company? Each one of those areas have to be defined in the very beginning. And then culture. You've got to decide what kind of culture that you're going to have. I know I've said 4 things out there. Let me break them down from the very beginning.